May we speak further on the forces of destiny?
Speak.
As we stand with two roads before us, how shall we know whether the right road or the left road will lead us to our destiny?
You spoke of chance, Papa, as if such a thing was certain to exist. In the matter you speak of, destiny, there is no such thing as chance. For whichever way we choose, right or left, it must lead to an end. And that end is our destiny.
Quite so many of you that arrived today. Some people I haven't seen in quite a while. Last Saturday, for those of you that were present, you're fully aware that the topic was religion and mind control. I'm going to take the spin off on that topic because at this point in time, we are being controlled by religion. And a lot of you do not, well, many of us do not realize that state and church are the same thing. There is no difference between the two. Government and state are very much different, but church and state are one and the same game going on. Now, when it comes to the science, Q advised you that I was going to reveal a science. And the reason I'm going to reveal the science that I'm going to reveal is because it is this science that has killed my people. Our people are losing a war because we're not fighting. Many of us are not fighting because we don't even realize we are at war. And those of us that do realize we're at war, we're losing even though we're fighting because we do not fully comprehend the terms and conditions of the rules of the game. In order to understand the terms and conditions, you have to understand the terms. When you understand the terms, the conditions and the rules will fall into place. So the science that I'm going to break down and expose for you today is terminology. And the terminology, many of us learned about terminology and what have you, but we really did not learn what we should have learned in school. I didn't learn what I should have learned in school, and I worked for over 10 years in the school district, and I've never seen it taught what we need to know. The first thing that I want to bring out is word value. One must understand or understand the value of a word. According to Scripture, for those of you that are biblically inclined, 1 John 1 and John 1, in the beginning was the Word. They are killing us with the Word. We are losing our lives, our freedom, our children, our court cases, our property, and everything with these words that we don't understand and we don't comprehend. One of the things that I want to point out about a word is what a word is. Now, I was supposed to have an overhead projector that would have helped me tremendously with this point, but since I do not have that, I'm going to have to kind of rewrite much of what I already wrote. According to any good, those of you that were here Tuesday, or was it Saturday, I think I advised you that you should make every attempt to bring a Bible and a dictionary. If you don't have a dictionary, I have several. If you want to grab one, it's up to you. But the definition of word is literally verbum, which means name. In the beginning was the Word. The word word literally means name, so in the beginning was the name. In order for you to understand what that means, you have to understand where words are, where you can find a word and what a word really means to you. In order to comprehend that, one should understand a very important term that I taught to my sister Carlotta here, and she actually did a presentation for her paralegal classes and got a splendid A. This word you guys should look up in any kind of dictionary you have. The reason this word is so critical is because I accidentally tripped. I knew what the word thesaurus means, but I did not understand or comprehend the full extent of the meaning of the word thesaurus until I tripped over it in the Black's Law Dictionary. It is in the Black's Law Dictionary that you will thoroughly comprehend how seriously vital a word and the meaning of a word is. Now, according to regular dictionaries, I don't care what it is, Random House, Webster's, whatever you may have along the lines of a regular dictionary, a thesaurus is defined as a treasury and a treasure. Now, a regular dictionary also says that a thesaurus is any synonym or antonym finder, any dictionary, and any expanded reference work. That doesn't seem like it means very much, but when you look at the definitions of thesaurus in Black's Law Dictionary, which is the dictionary that all lawyers use when they're dealing with everything out here, then you come to find out the validity of the terms. It would have been so much more helpful had I had this overhead projector, but I don't. Before I expand on Black's Law definition of thesaurus, and I think there were 5 or 6 different definitions, I want to cover treasure and treasury. Now, I'm not going to rewrite this because it's too small for you to see, but treasure is defined as wealth, rich materials, or valuable things. Wealth or riches stored or accumulated. Anything greatly valued or highly prized. Now, a thesaurus is a treasury, and in a treasury is a treasure. What a lot of us do not comprehend is we're struggling for finances and we're struggling for money, and all the wealth you need is probably already in your house, but you're not looking in the right places for this information. Now, a treasury is a place for the preservation of treasure or valuable objects. It's also a collection or supply of excellent or highly prized writings and works of art. Now, having let you know a little bit more about what a treasure and a treasury is, let me give you a couple of the very profound meanings I found for thesaurus in Black's Law Dictionary. As a matter of fact, let me open up the book instead of trying to look at my doodles here on the transparencies.
What edition is that?
This definition is in 5th, 6th, and 7th. It may be in previous editions, but I have not seen them. The one I am looking in is 5th. My sister has 6th, same definitions. And my other sister has 7th, same definitions. Huh? Is that a law? Is that Black's Law?
Is there an unabridged and an abridged 7th?
Unfortunately, I'm not an expert on West Publishing Company, so I really couldn't tell you if there are any variations. But I don't know why it's not in yours. Let me give you a couple of the first, actually I'm going to give you all of them, but I'm going to give them to you one at a time. Many of the individuals that are present here this evening are fully aware that we are Moors. Some of us realize that that means something. Being a Moor means, well, those of us that have come to comprehend what being a Moor is about and what has been taken from us, we realize that we have millions and millions and millions of dollars that have been stored and stolen from us. The whole continent, North, Central, and South America, have also been stolen from us. But Black's Law tells you how and why. One of the things that we as a people have forgotten to remember, and I guess that's because we've been lied to for so many years, is who the enemy is, what they use to beat us down with, how they did it, and how they're still doing it. That is where the religion and the mind control comes in. But first, let me give you some of these splendid definitions of thesaurus. I really wanted to write these down because they're so lengthy. The first one is thesaurus absconditus. And it says, it's in Old English law, treasure hidden, or buried. Can everybody hear me out there?
Yes.
All right. Now, when you talk about a treasure that's hidden or buried, whose treasure? Hidden from whom? And buried where? Now, comprehend this. We already understand that the word thesaurus means treasure and treasury. We already understand what treasure is. It's quite a few valuable things, valuable writings, and so on. We also realize that a treasury is any dictionary, any synonym finder, or any expanded reference work. Now, this is what really flipped my lid when I saw this definition. Now, I may not read this exactly because my Latin is not splendid, I'm going to tell you now. But it says here, thesaurus compite domine regi non domino liberati nese si per verba specialia. Now what that means is a treasure belongs to the king and not to the lord of a liberty unless it be through special words. What's up with that? For me, that sent me tripping. Now, in order for you to understand and comprehend what I mean when I say that, you have to understand who the king is and who the lord of the liberty is. We, as Moors, are the lords of the liberty. The king is the one that has our treasure through special words. And it has always been said, anytime you want to hide anything from so-called black people, put it in a book, stick it on a shelf, because they won't go there. Now, I'm going to break that down a little further with the same Black's Law Dictionary to let you know just how profound they did us with this game they're playing on us. Thesaurus inventus is an Old English law. It says treasure found and treasure trove. A treasure trove is a found treasure that is claimed to have an owner that's unknown. Now that doesn't mean much until you look at the next definition. This next definition is, and it's a little lengthy, thesaurus inventus es vetus disposito, or dispositio, my bad, pecuniae, etc., cuyos non extat modo memoria audio ut fam dominium no habeat. What that says here is treasure trove is an ancient hiding of money, etc., of which no recollection exists, so that it has no owner. Now we already understand and comprehend that they hid a treasure through special words. The king has a treasure that is not his unless it's his through these special words. Now, I'm going to take it a little step further. It also says here, and this one blew my mind, really though. Thesaurus non compiti regi nisse quando nemo sici abscondit thesaurus. That means treasure does not belong to the king unless no one knows who hid it. Now, that doesn't seem like much either for those that are kind of new to this whole Moor game and how everything was taken. But for those that comprehend what I'm saying, it starts to add up and make a little bit more sense. And if it doesn't, by the time I close this evening, it should make plenty of sense. Now, the next definition of thesaurus, which is the last one I'm going to give you, is thesaurus regi es